Hello everyone. In this lecture series 2, we'll continue with electrostatics. In the first lecture, we understood about what is electric charge, its properties. Today, we'll continue to understand what are the methods of charging. So we'll begin our talk today to understand what is the classification of materials. On the basis of their ability to allow charges to flow through them. So basically यहाँ पे ये समझेंगे कि how can we classify the materials on the basis of this ability of the charge to flow through those. So there are three classifications. That one of the type of materials we can think of could be conductors. Conductors किसे कहते हैं? Conductors वो है wherein it has free electrons. And these free electrons are free to move in conductors. So materials which has this property that it has free electrons. Electrons are charged particles, right? And they are able to move freely. We call such materials as conductors of electricity. So this is the electrical properties of conductor, that it allows free electrons to move quite freely. When we have insulators, what are insulators? Insulators are those materials which relatively restricts the flow of electrons. So here we can write the electrons are tightly bound, and because of which they are not able to flow freely to their atoms, which essentially means it has no free electrons, right? So electrons are there certainly, but it's not free and they cannot move freely. Such kind of materials we call insulators. Another kind of material is semiconductors. Now, this special type of material, the electrical properties of this kind of material, somewhat lie between insulators and conductors. So it lies between conductors and insulators. As we move with our chapters and we move ahead, we'll come to study more about semiconductors later on. So we just need to remember at this stage that the electrical properties is somewhat in between conductors and insulators. Okay. Another kind that a lot of research is going on with superconductors. Another classification could be superconductors. Now, in this special type of material, electrons apparently can move without any hindrance. So they are known as superconductors without any hindrance. These are few classifications that you can take note of it. It's quite important just to have a understanding that how electrons could very freely move in such metals or human body or such materials, such we can take that examples and insulator examples. So this could be metals, conductors could be metals, even human body conduct, human body, or water with impurities. These are few examples of conductors. Insulators, plastics, rubber, etc. So these kind of materials could be taken as an example to understand the behavior, that is that they are tightly bound, the electrons are tightly bound in the atom, so there are no free electrons, and so it restricts the flow of electric charges. Then comes semiconductor. The examples are silicon, germanium, gallium arsenide, etc. So this could be few examples of semiconductor materials. Superconductor, those special materials are being researched a lot nowadays, and these the electrons can move without hindrance. So this we can have an understanding on this behavior, that how electrons could find itself in these materials, whether they are free electrons or they're tightly bound, they're not able to move. Here somewhat the electrical properties lies between conductors, those of conductors and insulators, and superconductors. Electrons can move without any hindrance. All right, so have you taken note of it? Good. So let's move ahead. Now let's understand, how do we get bodies to be charged? Whether it could be positively charged or it could get negatively charged, but what are the methods